show you a peek at this table. So here you go. We've got this going on, and I did the bottom, and I don't know if I can, the legs are gonna show up. The legs are kind of like a weathered finish. But anyway, it's kind of spotty. So I don't want it to look like I got a big leopard print or big spot. So I'm gonna knock it back a little bit, put a clear coat on it. If you don't put a clear coat on it, it'll just keep rusted. So I put a clear coat on it. Now I'm gonna kind of mix up a concoction to kind of just go over the top of it. So I'm gonna turn my camera over here and you can just watch me mix up kind of a concoction. Let me see. I got like these. This is how I roll. Like I don't have, you know, I got paint behind my ear because my earpiece was coming out. So this here is some tweaked, that metallic paint I showed you the other day. So this is like some tweaked metallic paint. It's got a bunch of colorant in it. And this is some, that's dried up. What's this? That's dried up. And I might make it just a little lighter. So I'm gonna take some more. Actually, you know what this looks like? This looks like I've tweaked this one too. I did. Like sometimes that's pretty much what I do. Look at that. Just drop that in there. I just tweak it till I get how I want it. Because I want it brown. But if I put this on right now, it's gonna like dry like super fast, which is fine, except for you don't really get like, so then it's mixed up. But what I'll do is I'll mix some glaze in it. This is furniture glaze. And again, Modern Masters love their glaze. So I'm mixing a little bit of glaze in it so it don't dry as fast. And it will make it a little bit more opaque because this is not opaque. Okay, put the lid back on it, and we're gonna take this over here because I don't exactly know. This is to set my stuff on. And I've even got some cheesecloth because I don't really know how this cheesecloth is getting to the end of the roll. I don't really know how I'm going to do this. I just know that I need to knock it back a little bit, and I'll probably end up doing like a dark brown glaze over it, but I don't really want it too much darker. It's my thing. I don't want it darker, and I don't want it lighter. I want it to look like light around it. So that's why we're going to try this. And only reason why I'm doing this is because I'm just getting a bunch of stuff ready because I really don't know what I'm doing. But that's half the, I'm going to set that in there, and I might end up with another tray. And let's just try, like I just don't know if I want it to, see that? And now I got a lot of glaze. Probably way more than I need. Like this here, I'm trying to think, like is there any spot like I got like over here? Like it just looks like a line, and I don't know if that's very good. Like I don't want it to just look like a big line. So then I'll use and that kind of pounces it out. This is like made out of like a car brush tool. Like the car wash brushes. I don't even know if you can scrub your car with it, but it's called a Neon Leon. You can look up the Neon Leon. You can get them at Full Marketplace. A lot of decorative painting places sell them. Now, let me see, what else? You know, what if somebody scrubbed it? But I just want it, this helps bring it back to be more natural. Kind of just gifts it, so I've got lighter and darker, and if I want to, I can tap it out. Like here, this is kind of a weird, it's not bad, it just goes the whole distance, like I just framed it out. And I don't want it to look like I just framed it. I want it to look natural. So you just kind of, and I want it to be like all different colors. You know, that's all. I don't want it, you don't want it to look like, oh, you can tell, she just did a sponge and went boing, boing, boing. Like, that's not very good. And if the orange bothers you, see, if the orange bothers you and you don't like all that orange, you could like totally just, I could go over the whole thing and then it would still look rusted. It's just not gonna look as rusted. Like I could totally like go like this and like, see how it makes it where it's still rusted? Like it's still rusted, but it's not like as bright. So that's an option. Like you can just play with it and do it however you want. It depends on how much detail you want. I kind of like it like that, personally. Layers create depth. I could do one layer on this, and people do it all the time where they do like one layer and they call her done, but it's just not gonna look the same. I don't know. It's all the gray with the brown, so you just keep layering it and it just keeps adding more depth and more depth, and even though it's all the same, it's not all the same. Just kind of go, like I said, I always go in like a wave, kind of like, you think about an ocean wave, that's how you move, because it dries. If you go in a straight line, tip number 210, if you go in a straight line and it dries, you're gonna see this, what we call a dry edge. So if you always go in a wave, you always go like in a wave, move your wrist, what you get, if it dries, what you get is a wave. Because once it dries and you overlap paint, then you're gonna see that little overlap mark. It's almost done. Everything's done on it, but one more coat of top coat. So I'm gonna spray this top coat because I wanted minimal brush marks. It's going back and forth on what to use. Do I use General Finishes Flat, which is a really nice product, but I'm not sure the Enduro really does a great job on tabletop. Or I thought about Modern Masters Dead Flat Varnish, which makes a super flat finish, which is great for a zinc finish. But I ultimately choose Modern Masters Master Clear in matte because I really like how it makes a great top coat. I got one coat on it already. We're just gonna quick spray a second coat, and then, so let's hope I have enough. It'll dry and I'll let it sit here. And the nice thing about the Master Clear is it's a, let me make sure I get this right. It is a multi-surface interior-exterior acrylic that has a cross-linking technology, which basically means that it cross-links into whatever's underneath of it. So instead of just laying on the top, it melts down into what's underneath of it and creates a more durable finish. And it's great for tabletops, and it'll be great for a dining room table, and super durable, and it sprays awesome. So that's the one I went with.